Well, hello everybody. I don't even know where to begin right now. It's been quite an adventurous last 3 days. 3 days ago, we landed in Port-au-Princess. It's about a 5-hour drive just south of here in El Nido, where we currently are. And we did this mountain river tour, and it was okay. But the weather really wasn't that great, to be honest with you, because guess what? As soon as we got here, they said typhoon's moving in. So of course you had all the weather moving in with it, the clouds, the low visibility, the rain. So I had zero hope for any type of photography, any type of YouTube video. I just said, you know, we're just gonna relax and enjoy this really beautiful hotel. And I'll put the link for the hotel below because I would highly recommend it. And we'll just sit back and enjoy and just have some fun while we wait for the typhoon to pass over us. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even get up for sunrise this morning because when I went to bed around midnight, 100% chance of rain, zero visibility today. This morning, about 7, 8 o'clock, the wind shifted, the sun started breaking out. It's still partly cloudy, which is perfect because I love the detail in the clouds for photography. And the sun is directly behind me, and it's kind of lighting up these limestone, these little mountains, these islands out in the distance, which I'm going to show you here shortly. What we're doing now is I'm waiting for a boat, and I'm going to spin you around here. So I'm waiting for one of these boats to take us out to some of these lagoons and some of these harbors, okay? And hopefully I'll be able to do some more photography. Worst case scenario, just relax and enjoy the day. Over here, I don't know if you could see, these are the limestone formations I was talking to you about. And the sun's not hitting it now, but just a little while ago it was, and it was that speckled sunlight. The clouds are moving fast, and so you would have sun on them at one moment, next moment you won't. I think I was fortunate enough to get up and get a few shots in those fleeting moments. I really wanted to get my tripod, put in some ND filters on there to slow down the water, but it was just, it was crazy, to be honest with you, just the timing. I won't even mention the fact when I came down for breakfast, it was all overcast. I left my camera and all my equipment up in my room, and then when the weather started breaking, I was literally running back up to the room to grab all that stuff. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and try to get on one of these boats if it ever shows up to pick us up, and we're going to go out and look at some of the lagoons, hopefully get some drone flying so I can show you some overhead shots. Right here I can't because, believe it or not, right where that pier is over there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I can't get any drone shots today for that because there's an airport right there and it's restricted flying here. I think my boat's coming in. Just absolutely gorgeous. is coming down hard now. I'm not sure if this camera is really waterproof. So I'm in this little... Okay, well, hello everybody. Yep, I did have technical difficulties with that camera. Clearly user fault. It was raining quite a bit the last couple days of my trip, and I was on that boat when the waves were splashing, so this camera definitely got some moisture in it, I think. But I just let it dry out for a couple hours. Actually, it was a couple days. Plugged it in. It seems to be working fine. So thankful for that. So a couple things. First, I want to talk to you about some of the things that were happening in the background of my trip. And I think once I explain that to you, you'll understand why I couldn't do like a lot of vlogging with you and taking you through some of my photographic experience. The first thing is, it was the weather, of course. You know, it was mostly overcast, raining, windy. You know, that typhoon it did move out, but we're still in a depression, a tropical depression. And you know, still had a great time on the trip and everything, but just really wasn't conducive to a lot of photography. But the one day that was really nice and the weather broke, boy, the light was nice. Everything just kind of lined up to include the transportation, and just happened to find these spots, and I hate to admit, almost by accident. And you saw some of the pictures I took, but I'll talk about the pictures here in a little bit more detail in a second. The other thing is I had some equipment issues, and it was really my tripods. I've never really had problems with a tripod before. So the first tripod that I travel with is a Manfrotto travel type tripod. It's a good tripod, but it's really lightweight. It's you can put a full frame camera on it, but it's not super steady with it. But sometimes it gets the purpose done. That one, the ball head froze on me, and never had a ball head freeze on me. And unfortunately, I didn't have the right size Allen wrenches with me to take the ball head out, clean it, and do what I was supposed to do with it. So probably my area. I've never taken a ball head apart and cleaned it and serviced it before, but it's something I'm going to keep in mind in the future. The second tripod, which is my main tripod I use, especially when I travel, is a Gitzo travel tripod. I'll put the exact model down below in the link. But this thing is amazing. It's got a small form factor. It's lightweight, and even when fully extended, which is about my height, I'm almost 6 feet, it's sturdy, it's stable. So I just love this tripod. That one, the tripod screw fell out, and I didn't have another tripod screw, and you can't use a tripod with 2 legs, so there you go, that was that. So, you know, trying to use a lightweight tripod with a frozen ball head was quite challenging, but I got a couple shots with it, believe it or not. It just kind of lined up. And then, of course, the typhoon. The weather was moving in and out. I had one full day of good light where the weather just kind of broke for a day, maybe about 12 hours, and then it just went right back to completely overcast, heavy rains, and some serious wind gusts. But I did get that day with amazing light, and I just happened to be at some of these, well, you've seen the photos, just happened to be at the right place at the right time when everything was just lining up. And I'm pretty proud of some of those photos. So speaking of that, you know, not all those photos you saw I consider portfolio worthy. There's one or two, which I'll show you here right now, that I think that I might consider putting in my portfolio. I'm still evaluating, but I really like how they came out. Would love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments. But I wanted to include a lot of different photos for you, just so you could all get a feel for what this place is all about, El Nido. And again, I can't stress enough how fortunate I was to go visit it. And also, I've already made plans. I've already booked my flight, the hotel, everything, to go back in about 6 to 7 weeks. And this time I'm going to be spending 5 nights. I'm already lining up all the places I'm going to go to with transportation and everything else, so I can spend a lot more time and do the type of photography that I like to do. And I'm going to plan on taking you with me, and I will have backup cameras this time. And I'll make sure all my tripods are working as well. So please stay tuned for that. And the last thing I want to tell you is, despite all that, I had an amazing time. You know, I always say that it's not the destination, it's always about the journey. It was just a great time. Even when the weather was completely socked in, I was able to travel around the land because, you know, when the weather was pretty bad, they canceled the boats and the ferries and everything else. But we just adapted and took some land tours, and I was able to scout some different things out from that perspective. So it worked out. I mean, I've got several places lined up. I can't wait to get back to those. And then I made some outstanding friends as well. So the journey was definitely worth it. Definitely had a great time. And if you have any questions about where I stayed, what I saw, any of those photos, please drop a line to me. I'd be happy to have that discussion with you. And if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe.